Hello, I'm John. I made this video the other day and people asked how I did it, so I thought I'd have a go at making a small version of it now as a bit of a tutorial. So start with the new Blender scene. We'll turn this cube that's already in there, we'll make it massive, and I'll make it deep, and then we'll get our camera and we'll grab this guy and we'll put this over here at the beginning, and then let's straighten that up. 0, 0, and then let's make sure we rotate that 90 and rotate that 90, and then let's take this cube that we've just made and we'll make that invisible to, well, make it wireframe in the viewport, if I can ever remember which button it is. There we go, and we'll make that wireframe. There you go. And if we look at the camera now the camera's not, the camera depth isn't long enough to view the whole cube, so I'll go to the camera depth and we'll go here and we'll make that big enough. There we go, so we can now see the whole thing, and we might as well make that a little bit wider. That'll do. Right, let's add another cube, and then let's scale that, move that closer, and let's duplicate it. I'm just going to make this guy nice and big, and then we'll add another one here. And we'll just build up that. So we've got lots of layers of depth. That should do for that. Now the next thing we'll do is we'll go to our big cube that we made wireframe and we'll make that into our volume box. So if we go to the principal shader here, we can kill this surface shader here, we don't need that, so disconnect that, and then we'll open up this volumes tab here and we'll add the principal volume, and then we'll make this density, I don't know, 0.01 or something, and we'll make the anisotropy kind of quite high, 0.6 will do for the time being, and then we'll go to the render settings here and we'll make sure we turn on all of these guys. Let's turn on volumetric shadows, and the next thing is we'll go to this light here and we'll make sure we go into shadows here, we'll turn on contact shadows, and let's turn that into a sun as well, and then we should be able to look at that now. It's too bright, so we'll bring that up a little bit. Let's try changing the density of our so let's go back to our sun and make that a bit brighter. And let's change the angle of it so it's pointing kind of a bit more towards camera. Now I'll go back to our density and we'll just play with this point. So let's go back to 0.05, and maybe we'll write with 0.01. Okay, we'll stick with that. And then we'll just change the angle of the sun. That'll do that, and I'll just make that not quite as bright. That'll do for the time being. Now let's go back to the viewport. So let's add a shader to this guy. We'll just make it very dark. Make it a little bit metallic. Quite rough. And then if we select all of these guys, so Control L Materials, they should all have now the same material. And then the next thing we want to do is add another cube. Now we'll grab this and we'll put this over here. This cube will be our scatter collection. So what we'll do is we'll put this cube, press M, and I'll put this in a new collection, and we'll call this scatter. And this cube here, we're going to scatter over these objects. So let's grab all these objects. And we'll join these together. In fact, let's make our volume big as well, because our volume doesn't cover any of this stuff. Cool. So now if we view that, okay. Now, let's get our object here. We'll go to the particle settings, we'll add a new particle, we'll go with hair. So the moment it's got 1000, we'll stick that type of thing. Where it says render somewhere, we'll go render as collection, and we'll pick our collection, which is scatter, and let's increase that scale a bit. 0.5. That'll do. We'll add a bit of random in there. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's go 1. 0.7, and we'll add this, or double, we'll make this 4000. So there you go. So now let's have a look at that again. There we go. Now let's give our scatter cube. Let's give our cube and our scatter a texture. We'll give it the same one. And then what we can do now, so you can see already we're starting to get some crazy stuff. If we go to our cube here, and we do a very basic bevel, Control B to give it a nice angle so it picks up some light. That'll be nice. That way it looks a bit more interesting. And then if we go back to it and we duplicate it, but this time, so we duplicate it, and this one we make very thin and very tall. So now if we look through there, what we want to do, we want to make sure that our scatter surface, if we go to the emitter, is picking a random one from the collection. So it's looking inside the collection and picking one of the shapes in there. And the other thing we want to make sure is that the areas point up. So if we go to advanced, then we get this rotation, tick that on, and then we can go here. I think it's global Y or something, or object Y, I can't remember. There you go, that'll do. So we have a lot of aerials in there, but that's fine. What we can do is, if we want, I'm just going to pick a random one out of here. What I'll do is I'll duplicate this box again, and I'll make this box a slightly different version of the box, and I'll get another duplication, and I'll make this one a bit bigger, and I'll do one more for good luck, and I'll make this one there you go. So let's have a look at that. So I think my volume is probably a little bit dense, so we'll go back to the volume shader here and we'll make that 0.5, 0.4. And we can play with the anastrophe to get different effects. And then we can go with a shader on the cubes here. We can make those a bit different as well. There you go. And then let's add a couple of extra things here. So if we select our aerial, we duplicate that. And then let's make this one super thin and maybe a bit shorter. And then let's grab another one of these And let's make this one, how about we add a couple of subdivisions to this. There we go, so add a little bit more variation in there. And then what else can we do? Let's add a couple of little lights. We'll go red because red's cool. And where are they? Let's grab that. Let's put one at the head. So let's use our viewport to see what that looks like. And let's get our sunlight. Wherever it is, here it is. Let's make that. Or we can pick a colour, but I'm going to go with a really cool blue light to offset the red lights. Cool. And then let's select our camera. Let's put it over here. Let's key it. Let's go 200 frames. Let's grab our camera and put it over here. Key that. And that's the basis of what I did for my last little project.